everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Yeah, that's going to be a real bitch to fix in the post-edit. Oh, God. Fucking OBS, fucking VLC, and fucking me for putting in the wrong track and throwing VLC off. How is everybody doing tonight? It's Anime Jam Session, episode number 890. We are at, 690. We haven't gotten that far yet. Looking forward to it, though. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
And I am Mako-chan.
I'm assuming Ari is working or he got lost in the ether and pulled a Ryoga and somewhere, so he must be in Detroit somewhere, something like that. So,
Oops.
We don't know. But if he should miraculously find his way back here, we will bring him in for the rest of the show. Oh, Mako, how you doing tonight?
I am freaking exhausted.
How are you exhausted?
I got no sleep last night.
Well, that's because you weren't in Brooklyn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well.
As for me, I can't complain too much. I'm currently staring at this sleep apnea kit that I have to do. And I'll get into that during our weekend day, our day and week, so and all that good stuff. So, anywho, let's get on with the show tonight, shall we? Oh, we're live tonight, week of September 16th, 2025, right here on Twitch TV. We are here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You'll always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com. You can always check them out at Twitch TV/VogNetwork. And come hang out in our group chat and on Discord, VogNetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channels, so come through and hang out and have a good time with us. That's all we are asking. And as I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and I should be looking this way because that's where the camera is, but by default I'm looking this way because it's default. And I keep saying to myself, I'm going to get a mini tripod stand or use one of my existing ones and attach my monitor light to it, just so that I can have the camera right in the middle to make it a little bit better. So that way I don't look quote unquote cockeyed or whatever. So, it is what it is, what it is. So, but even still, on this angle, it doesn't look so bad, but I think that if the camera was like right smack in the middle, the reflection of the monitor wouldn't be so bad. I guess these are reflective lenses, even though I told them to make them non-reflective. Well, I gotta get new frames anyway, so enough about that. Let's get on with the show tonight. Mako-chan, how was your week and how was your day?
Not horrible. It's been a while since I've been on the show.
Yup. Last week you were dog sitting.
Yes, last week I was dog sitting, and I love my mom's dog, but at the same time it was a very exhausting week, because I had to go over to her house to let the dog out on my lunch breaks.
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, so it was basically get up at 6:30, do what I need to do for the dog, drive to my house, work, drive back over to my mother's to let the dog out, drive back over to my house to go back to work, and then drive back over to my mother's house to take care of the dog and stay there overnight with the dog. So yeah, so it was a very busy week last week.
That is wild. But on the plus side, I love the fact that I can hear the crickets on your side when you talk.
Yes, it's been nice enough out, so I have been able to have my windows open. The bad part about that is my allergies are acting up, and I haven't had my allergy meds in almost a month.
Oops.
Yeah, so I start back up with those this week. I have to contact my doctor again because one of my prescriptions was not called in or something. Um, yeah, I'm not looking forward to starting that again
Mm.
because that medication gives me nightmares. So
Terror.
I'll have to deal with nightmares again for a week as the medication gets into my system. So not looking forward to that.
Well, looks like Ari has finally found his way here, so hold on, good buddy. We're gonna wrangle you in. I mean, I feel you, about that, because I one thing about living where I'm living now is that I love the fact that um I love the fact that I can actually have the air conditioner on and I don't have to worry about the noise. I can hear it, but y'all can't. Thank God for that.
Mhm.
But being up on the second floor, let me see if I am in. But being up on the second floor, the wind, I can get a decent wind coming in, but I'm dealing with the AC. So there are times I'm sitting here at the computer and I'm just like, there's no wind coming in. So there's air conditioning and so forth. So thank God for, and all that. And yes, pod culture. I know my computer screen is showing. Please understand, I am doing this with one monitor because I don't have the real estate space for two. So I had to make sure I was able to wrangle Ari into the chat. Sort of like what happened last week when Barry got disconnected and I had to bear all to bring them back into the chat. So there you go.
Also, I was sitting on my computer for like 20 minutes waiting for you to get me on here.
No, you just have to come to the chat room. That's it. Just drop right in.
Oh.
Yeah. All you got to do is just drop right into the chat and turn on your camera. That's it. That's all you got to do.
No, well, I guess I know that now.
Yeah, I thought you knew that yet. All right. So, for those of you who are listening to the podcast or who are new to the podcast, we used to do this on Skype. And I actually loved it on Skype. We had our own chat windows, our own chat names, and it was nice. And I had like a screen source set up for everybody's different. For like if we had like 2, 3, 4, it looked nice. It had like that nice game show talk show effect to it. But Microsoft shit the bed and basically shut down Skype. Technically, they just shut down the consumer side because Microsoft Teams is just Skype and a new trench coat. That's all it is. But I can't get the plugins I was using on Skype to work on Teams, and there isn't no connectability to Discord. So this is what we're dealing with until they come up with something better. So okay, so that's all you gotta do, Ari. Just come on into the chat room, with your dude coat.
My bathrobe. I just got out of the shower and plopped down on it.
There you go.
The chair. I'm like,
there you go. You are the dude right now. You are the Pokemon dude. The Pokedex abides. So, so hopefully you'll get some type of sleep tonight, because I know crickets can be soothing.
Yeah, I sometimes will have my issues with insomnia,
Mm.
and last night just happened to be one of them.
Mm.
So as long as I can get to sleep before 1, I'll be okay.
Oh, I hear that in your voice.
Uh-huh.
I had my sleep noises app running when I sleep, so that tends
I'll
to
have
help.
I have the outside noise now that I don't have to have the AC running. I have the fan on for white noise,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's just sleep does not come.
Hmm.
Oh, I know that feeling. That happens to me a couple times. And so, tell us about these Gundam pops that you have here on your screen. And
Yeah.
and why do I not see Death Scythe? There's no love for Death Scythe.
No, he's there.
Epion. Okay. Okay, I see it. I see. I
Yeah,
see.
that's Death
Yeah.
Scythe.
Yeah.
Now,
There are right now 3 pop figures out for Gundam Wing. Um, I lucked out because they are my 3 favorite Gundams from any Gundam series.
I need the Death Scythe one.
Yeah. It was weird because Wing Gundam came and Death Scythe and Epion were both running late um by a couple of weeks. But they finally came, so I was able to group them all together. Not my longest wait for pops, but
Mhm.
I do have a tendency to collect pops that take forever to drop.
You just
Uh,
have bad luck with shipping, it sounds like.
I do.
No. Well, yeah.
I mean, you figure I had pops that I was waiting for. My Kid and Play pop, my Good Omens pops, and my Dracula pop
Mm.
took
Which
forever.
version of Dracula?
Uh, I think I just got the uh him in his suit with the top hat. I think that's the only one I got for Dracula.
By the way, I just found the Death Scythe pop on Amazon. And I just threw it in my cart.
How much?
$10.
That's not too bad.
It's not.
Yeah, no. They're not crazy pricey right now. They just came out,
No.
so
It's the ones that are pricey are the ones that have been out for a while, and either they were a limited run or they were a normal run, but they just started disappearing. And don't forget, I think last year or year before last, Funko destroyed about 3 million pops to clear inventory and do a tax write-off.
Destroyed them?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
yep.
See, my issue. I love my pops. Believe you me, I do. I know people who've had to sell off their collections and stuff to make room for others. At conventions nowadays, and I think there was an article about this that I came across. There are some cons that are not allowing vendors to sell pops because you go into the dealer's hall, every other vendor has pops.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the issue is. And that was my issue with Funko Pops because they're coming out with pops left and right. I'm just like, this is stuff you're coming out with pops I ain't never heard of. So y'all need to chill. I will say my most prized pop is my Topanga Lawrence Boy Meets World pop that is signed by Danielle Fischel, and I will shank somebody if they come near it. Best believe that. But I totally get it, you know? And as Pod Culture says, there are newer Buffy and Firefly pops coming out. And And he says, I wish they would do the rest of the Gotcha Man. He has 3 of them. And there you go. Do you know there's like at least 3 different runs of Ninja Turtle Pops?
There's
This year or
definitely
just in general?
In general, there's at least 3 to 4 different runs of Ninja Turtle Pops. There's like, well, I'm not going to say Nightmare Before Christmas because you have the normal and the alternate, but I guess that counts. But it's like you have the Eastman and Laird ones, you have the 4Kids one, and you have the movie one, different design styles, I think there's like 2 runs of Hocus Pocus Pops, It's
there. Yeah,
yeah.
Pop's definitely gotten a little out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, if people weren't buying them, they would not continue to make them.
Exactly. And that, as much as I hate how everything's becoming a pop, Bunko finally got to my all-time favorite anime series, and I will discuss that when we get to my part of the show. So,
Yeah,
sorry to derail.
There are a couple of pops that I currently have in my inbox. There are also pops that are coming out that have not gone on pre-sale yet. But yeah, there are a lot of pops coming out within the next couple of months that I really, really want. But I am trying to calm down, which is why I did not get the collection box for the last Ronin pops, even though I really, really, really wanted them.
You mean the last Weeaboo?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen that movie multiple times, and I own it on DVD. Saw it in theaters.
No. The last Ronin, Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that one. I thought you meant the Tom Cruise movie. I'm sorry.
That's The Last Samurai. The last Ronin
Yes,
is
right, you're
3 of the
right.
Ninja Turtles are dead, and the last one's
Right.
going on a revenge spree. Is that it?
Yep, and don't forget they are putting out a Last Ronin 2 graphic novel.
Yes.
And I already pre-ordered the Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover manga.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're doing a crossover.
Yeah, it's coming out next month. I had to. I absolutely had to.
Yeah, they are doing a supernatural comic. I might have already pre-ordered number 1.
Might have.
Shocker.
I left it at only 1. There's something like 8 to 10 different covers for Supernatural 1. I'm only taking 1. I got 1.
Okay, so you got 1 and your cousin got the rest. Gotcha. It'll be just like that episode of The Simpsons when he got that baseball card and they're going to take turns sharing the card. So that's what you and
It was a comic book, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
No, it was a comic book. Yes, you're right. It was the Radioactive Man comic. Yes. So that basically what you and your cousin are going to do is like during the winter, during the summers, all of the remaining limited edition books stay with you, and during the winter they stay with your cousin. And I can see you with a shotty aimed at the postal guy to make sure that it gets delivered.
Yeah, the problem is I know I'm not going to want to actually read it, so that means I'm going to have to either buy another one just so I can read it.
Or purchase a digital copy?
Yeah, I'm going to find the digital copy.
Yeah. One of my favorite Ameri mangas, Ninja High School, finally hits issue 200 after about 30 years. I am definitely ordering the graphic novel. That bad boy is staying sealed, and I'll just carry around a digital copy on my tablet.
Mm.
Anyhow. Ari, welcome to the show.
That's it.
All right, cool. Ari, welcome to the show.
Hello.
So, what's been up with you, bro?
Not all that much. I did get my water heater looked at,
Yeah.
and mostly it just had to be restarted to get
Okay.
the pilot light back on.
So
But the plumber had told me that yeah, this thing was it's approaching the end of its shelf life, so I need to look into getting it replaced.
I'm surprised they didn't tell you that when you got the house when they did the inspection.
Yeah, I am too, but I'm not worried about it too much. Yep, he said in the next couple months at least, but as long as I still have hot water, I'm not too worried about it for now.
There you go. Who knows? You might catch a good deal at Home Depot. Like put it on the card and just pay it off monthly and just let it be.
Yeah, that's what the service said they have financing options.
I mean, not for nothing. That was my plan for the air conditioner when I was sweltering that day back in July, when we were in that heat wave. Same day delivery. I said I will pluck money down and I will pay it off monthly. I ended up paying it off in 2 months, technically one, because I didn't realize I was shoveling money into my PayPal account. Like, people have been paying me back stuff, and I've been pointing it to my PayPal account. And I just happened to look one day after I bought the air conditioner. I was like, oh, oh. And then Home Depot had this deal, like, get $25 off your first purchase. So I was like, even better. So even with the swap of the air conditioner, and I called them up and they explained everything, they put it as a credit on the next cycle. So I paid off 75% of it right up front. Fuck it. And as Pod Culture says, ain't home ownership fun? I just had to replace my fridge.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
And I'm the one that's having that should be having nightmares about moving refrigerators.
About movers, you said?
About moving a refrigerator.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
we don't talk about that.
Oh no, Mako. I'm actually completely over that. You know why? Because I had to move a refrigerator down a flight of stairs onto a creaky banister that was going to break at any second now, into a van to my then new apartment and take both doors off the hinges to get it in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that finally died, I had to do the same thing for Best Buy to come do it. And because it was so badly damaged, they couldn't take it with them. So I had to have it sit on the curb. And don't you know, during one blustery, windy morning, that refrigerator fell and hit somebody.
Off to the side?
Yeah, it was on the side. Yeah. I actually put it on the curb because it was supposed to be picked up that morning. Don't you know? That bitch hit somebody's car.
Oh boy.
Yes, it knocked some dude's side mirror off.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there was an.
Was he pissed?
Yeah, banging on my door at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like, ready. I have my katana ready. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but you're about to get sliced. But we didn't have to go through his insurance. It cost me like $150 out of pocket. Went outside in the cold weather, just my sleep pants and my bathrobe, pushed that son bitch back up and sat out there and watched that take it away and I went inside and hopped in the shower and went to work. Anywho, Ari, please continue.
That's about it for me. I'm just Other than that, it's just work-related stuff.
Okay. Any?
Nothing too exciting, I'm afraid.
It is a Tuesday after all.
Hmm.
Not like Bison's taking over the country. Oh wait. Any cool geek stuff for us?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
Most of it's just downstairs as well, so
Gotcha.
I don't really feel like going to go get it.
No, I know that feeling. Like, I have some geek stuff here to share off, but it's like, I don't realize until after the show starts, and I'm just like, it's not easy for me to turn my camera off unless I flip the lid up and I just go find it and come back or whatever. So, Anywho. I'm all right. I can't complain too much. I'm actually promoting all the cosplay photos I've taken at conventions on their group pages, and I gotta start putting them on my personal page because I just forget. I absolutely forget. So let's see. There's something I wanted to mention. Podculture mentioned earlier about a 24-hour loop of the Star Trek Next Generation engine room noise that's soothing. I remember a few times that I've actually played that to sleep. And it's not that I needed it to sleep. There are some nights where if it's just dead quiet, it just unnerves me. I'll still go to sleep, but it just unnerves me. I just need something to kind of... some type of white noise, which is why one of the reasons why I like the fact that my computer is right by my bed, because if I was to shut all the noise, I can hear the fan spinning, and it's just like, perfect,
Mm-hmm.
But the last few nights, I have been watching like time-lapse videos of people mowing lawns, doing renovations and stuff like that. I just watched that, and now I found like a couple of loops of the JR trains where you just hear the trains going and they're announcing the stops and stuff. I just actually have that on my tablet playing right by my head, to sleep. It still takes a little bit of time for me to pass out, but I kind of like having that noise. It helps.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of noise, on my bed is my sleep apnea kit. All right. So it used to be where they had to test you for sleep apnea. You would go to a lab, and they would put all these wires on you, and you would sleep. A friend of mine did that a few years ago.
I did that too.
Yeah. And they did the same thing. They wired you up and just like monitored you.
Pretty much. Also, that night I had taken my meds before bed. One of them, which is something that makes me had to piss a lot. So every hour I was getting up, having to go in the bathroom, and the technician had to come in and disconnect the wired up little headset that I had on from my head, like from the machine, and it was not fun.
Gotcha. Yeah, they were telling me either I have to go to a lab for it, or they would send me like this home kit, and I had to wear a vest and have the headset and all of that. I'm like, fine, I'm okay with that. It took them an extra week, but I have it. And this is all it is. It's the respiratory tube that connects to this, and I have like a strap.
Is that one that like goes on your finger?
No, that does not go on my finger at all. I just connect the respiratory device to that plug, and that's it. Actually, you might be right.
Because that was,
you're
what
right.
I got.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this connects to my finger, and the respiratory connects to here. So yeah, and it's all battery powered.
Yeah, mine wasn't a vest; it was just the wrist thinger that you wore.
Yep. That's all it is, and it comes with a strap to keep it in, batteries and medical tape, I guess. So I decided, they said you need at least a minimum of 7 hours. So I found a really good J drama, 99.9 Criminal Law. It's like it's a fun detective show, so a lawyer show. So I'll watch a couple episodes of that and go to sleep. So, and then send it back because it's like I need a week. I have a week to do it before they start charging me $25 a day till it hits like $1,000 or some shit like that. I mean, how lazy you have to be where it sits in your house till you hit $1,000 bill? Just saying.
Good question. I mean, they didn't say I had to return it or anything. They just said I could just dispose of it however I wanted to once it was done.
What, when you did the second test again?
Yeah, when I did that take-home test.
Oh, okay. See, they're telling me I have to send it back, so that's fine. So I'll take care of that. To talk about Funko Pops earlier, I had said that I was getting kind of agitated with Funko because we're getting all of these anime series that are Pops, and I'm just like, I straight up said, where the fuck is Ranma One Half? I'm like, come on. You have these other obscure series I ain't never heard of. I mean, where is Ranma? And lo and behold, they actually did it. Granted, it's for the new Ranma One Half anime that's out currently because it has the new logo and it kind of has the newer style, but here they are. So I am happy.
Neat.
Yeah, I'm happy about these. I got Ranma and Akane. That's all. That's only Pops I really wanted, and I'm keeping them in their boxes, the shipping boxes that they came in, only because I don't have any plastic pop containers to put them in. Because the last ones I had, I gave to coworkers because there was a bunch of people at work that have Pops on their desks. I'm like, you need to protect your Pops, so I handed them out. Now, the cool thing about the Ranma Pop is that you get in the collection Ranma Akane, Shampoo Ryoga, Pichan, Genma, and Girl-type Ranma. And Girl-type Ranma and Boy-type Ranma share the same code. So 1 in 6 of the Ranma Pops are Girl-type. So here's the thing. If you are that type of collector and you're looking for that Pop, go on Amazon, because that's how I got these. Just go on Amazon and order them. Because if it's not the one that you want, they're not going to complain when you send them back. So, and there is that. Other than that, that's been my week. I finally got my blog post up about Japan. It's not available yet, but it's edited for the most part. I just need to add some photos in there. I need to add like a checklist, an addendum, and extra sources and stuff. That's got to be done. And once that's done, I'll let you all know so you can definitely check it out. And Pot Culture says that to you, Ari, you should get the face hugger alien mask.
The what?
The face hugger from Alien, you know.
Like as a Funko Pop?
No, as a mask for your machine.
I've seen it. There is a CPAP mask.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks like the face hugger.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Okay.
done for one of the CPAPs that you just basically bite down on. It's made specifically for that one, but
I just have the one that goes over the face and nose like this, so it like keeps pinches my mouth closed so that my mouth doesn't dry out when I'm sleeping.
Oh yeah.
I can see you walking around one of those face hugger masks connected to your machine, just walking down to the lobby, you know.
Well,
just to get
the CPAP machines are just for sleeping. You don't actually walk around in them.
Well, I mean, you have the face hugger mask on it, so it's just be kind of like for comedy's sake, like you going to the lobby to the all you can eat thing and just getting like a tall iced coffee, and you just sipping on it as you go back to your room.
Yeah, it does have eye holes, so you can see with it.
And Parker just says, so he is Bane.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, now that we got that out the way, let's get into some housekeeping notes here. Just remember, episodes of Anime Jam Session are available in video format on our YouTube page, youtube.com/anime jam session. Just click on podcasts and the playlist is right there. Last week's episode was late because I got sick.
That's not good.
Yeah, and it's basically my own fault. I decided for like the last 2 or so weeks to not wear a mask. I'm like, I think we're good. Yeah, I was not good. I was laid up for 3 days. All right. Never again. Never again. All right. So we got that out the way. Don't forget to help Mike McFarlane with his recovery. It's GoFundMe.com. Search support Mike McFarlane's road to recovery, and I think it's done, but you might still be able to go. Nope, it's still going. So I think it's past the normal date, but it's still open. So definitely keep it going. Yeah, or it just started much later than I thought it would be, but just keep it going. GoFundMe.com /. Go to the search bar and just search support Mike McFarlane's recovery or Mike McFarlane, and it'll come right up. All right, now we got that out the way. Let's see, anything else? I think that is. Oh yeah. Our next convention is AAC, another anime convention in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, October, I think, 16th to the 18th. Let me take another look here. And no, 17th to the 19th. We'll be up there on the 16th hanging out. We're leaving the next day to have a good time. So it's another animecon.com. And chances are, I believe our last con of the year after that will be DerpyCon or Anime New Jersey. We have not decided. We'll see. For the long story short, we will see. So there is it, and that's that. So now we got that out the way. Let's get into some stories tonight. And I see we're going to be running a little late, so we'll get through these stories as quickly as we can. So first thing we're going to talk about is Love Live. We haven't spoken about Love Live in a while, even though it's very popular right now because of the anniversary, the Aquar's final concert that was earlier this year. It seems that there's going to be a tribute album, and there's going to be 4 collab songs on there, and Umamusume is joining along. And for those of you who have not watched it yet, which I have watched, Umamusume Pretty Derby is a horse anime. We've had cat girls, bunny girls, now we have horse girls. And it's a cute anime. I watched the first season. I started into the second one and I got sidetracked, so I'm gonna go back and start from season 1 again. And if I remember correctly, the winning horse girl gets an idol outfit and has a mini concert at the show. So I think that's really, really cool. So basically, this collab album is going to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the Love Live series as a whole. This project will feature songs from various idol clubs performed by the talents from other media projects. Originally, you're going to have Ado, ICOT, Idol Master 765 Pro All Stars, You and Idol Precure, Hatsune Miku, and Bang Dream. And Bang Dream is one of my personal favorites. So the 4 songs that's going to be part of this project is Fly With You from Nijigasaki High School Idol Club, performed by Hatsune Miku. Kira Kira Sensation, originally performed by Muse. It will be done by the Idol Master 765 Pro All Stars. And I think that's another anime I tried to get into, but at the time there was so many idol animes, I was just like confusing. But I know that basically if it's not Love Live, it's Idol Master, so there's that. Get to Mayo Hand in Hand, originally performed by Chika Takami, Rika Sakaguchi, and Yu Watanabe. It will be performed by Cure Idol, Cure Wink, and Cure Kyun Kyun from You and Idol Precure. And Start True Dreams, originally performed by Lealia, will be performed by Poppin' Party from Bang Dream. Album will drop January 14th, 2026. And I'm actually looking forward to that because I wish they had done this with Love Live. Bang Dream and D4DJ have cover remix albums where it's them doing covers of various anime songs and stuff, which is really cool. And I think on one of the newer Bang Dream albums, I think they cover Bandmade. I have to go back and check. Because I know if it's not them or D4DJ, they did cover a Baby Metal song, which is kind of cool. So there is that. Next up is our next story about Kyoto Anime and their newest project. Break it down for us, Ari.
Okay. Kyoto Animation announced on Friday it will reveal a new anime project on October 25th during its KyoAni no Sekai 10 Meet the Worlds of KyoAni event being held on October 25th and 26th. The anime's main cast and staff will appear for the Kyoto Animation 2026 New World announcement stage presentation on October 25th at 2 p.m. JST. That's about 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The event will be held at Miyako Meisei Event Hall in Kyoto. The above lineup promo video, as is, it's a YouTube video, linked on the site. It previews the studio's work from 2018 onward, which will be exhibited at the event. Oh, God, pardon me.
You good.
This company's City, the animation television series, premiered on July 6th and is exclusively streaming on the Amazon Prime Video service. Kobayashi Dragon Maid, A Lonely Dragon Wants to Be Loved. Film opened in Japan on June 22nd, and Crunchyroll will stream the film in theaters in United States on October 20th. So yeah, if you're a fan of Kyoto Animation, this is the event for you.
I mean, I did try to follow Sound Euphonium, but I think it was during the time of I was trying to follow too many titles and it got DOS boot. Sound Euphonium is perfect if you were a band geek in high school. If you were a band geek, that's for you. All right. This next story, I've had to discuss this with people left and right. I don't think it's that big of a deal because how it's worded, it's going to be hard for them to enforce. But Mako will kind of explain to us what's about this crazy new Texas law.
Yeah, it's not so much that they will do something, it's that they do have the ability to do something. So on September 1st, Texas embraced the Senate Bill 20, which is dubbed the anti-anime bill by the fandom. And it's already led to some popular manga being pulled from the shelves and publishers being banned from conventions. So basically, according to the legislation, anybody who owns or shares obscene material featuring a character who appears to be a minor is now committing a serious crime, punishable by jail time. While the law uses a broad legal definition for what is considered obscene, the trickiest part is how widely it applies.
And there's the issue.
Yeah.
Well, well, you know what? Come lock my ass up because you know what? You are not making me get rid of my autographed copy of Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, you cut out, so I have no idea what you said.
Okay, I will repeat myself. I said, you know what? You might as well come and lock me up because I am not getting rid of my copy of Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. There's no way. That thing is autographed by Studio Trigger. It's not happening,
So the bill's text specifically states that it covers not only real images, but also cartoon or animation. A clause that directly puts anime and manga content at risk of prosecution. The law's effect was evident even before the official enactment. Visual novel publisher Jast USA and its manga imprint J18 Publishing experienced this directly at San Japan Convention in San Antonio. After a successful first day at the event, the publisher was banned from the show floor before day 2 began, with their content being deemed too provocative for the state's new legal climate.
All right, I want to throw something in here real quick. This was this one of those conventions out in Virginia, NecoCon. Back when I was a dealer at a convention dealer, we went to NecoCon, and we kind of ran into the same issue. But you got to understand something. For those of you who don't know, and who just missed what Mako just said, Jazz Publishing puts out adult mangas and doujin games, so it looks provocative by default. And we were selling those along with other independent adult books and stuff like that. We had to slap sticky notes over the naughty bits on the books and the DVDs and the CDs so that we could actually sell them. And if somebody wanted to see the actual cover, we'd have to pull them aside so they could see the cover of the book and see if they wanted it or not. So, yeah. We were eventually banned from the con. We were banned from the con. And on the ride back, we kept joking about how, well, our owner kept joking about how, the people that run NecoCon are a bunch of redneck hillbillies because after he did the number crunching, the most popular hentai manga that sold were the incest books. Yeah. So,
Well, not
please
for
continue.
nothing, it is one of the tropes used in Host Club.
I'm not surprised by that either.
But yeah, like Ranma said, Just USA is known for publishing Japanese visual novels, including mature and ecchi titles. The bill is also forcing comic book retailers to take preemptive measures to avoid potential prosecution. Andrew Balderas, manager of Kaboom Comics, pulled early volumes of Dragon Ball from his shelves as he was concerned that the scenes involving Goku and Bulma from the initial volumes, though intended as comedic, could fall afoul of the new law.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that
This
would happen.
for publishers and retailers highlights what political analysts describe as the law's potential for unintended consequences. While SB 20 was originally passed with bipartisan support to fight AI generated child exploitation, its vague and sweeping language is now the primary cause for concern. The bill's author, Republican Senator Pete Flores, stated that his intent was to send a, quote, clear message to child predators. However, experts point out that the blanket terms used in the legislation are what could cause significant damage to unintended targets. A political science professor at UT San Antonio explained that the broad nature of the bill could empower local prosecutors to target animated content, including anime, that they simply find personally distasteful.
See? That's exactly what I first thought of.
Yeah, so basically, and I know that we've discussed this before, it comes down to the subjective standard of what the actual definition of obscene is. So obviously, supporters of such legislation often argue that anime is not the intended target. There is a clear precedent for animated content being censored under similarly broad terms. Recently in the UK, 3 separate advertisements for the 2025 video game High School D&D Operation Paradise Infinity were banned, citing offensive content. A similar enforcement of SB 20 could endanger numerous anime and manga, with popular ecchi titles like High School D&D being prime targets for censorship. Yeah, so obviously this is getting criticism from everybody.
I'm sorry. High School DxD Operation Paradise Infinity should be banned because it's a terrible game.
Yeah, well.
All right. Operation Paradise Infinity. That's how they got around saying opie. I give them that. I give them that because if you look at the logos for every season of High School DxD, somehow there is a euphemism for tits in each title, you know? And if not in the title, like the wording, it's the design of the logo. It's there. So
Yeah, well, that's kind of what happens when you're looking at a series specifically catering towards that.
I will have to say, DxD is one of the most outlandish and raunchiest animes I've ever seen, and I'm long overdue of a rewatch. So, please continue.
So basically, there is an advocacy group out there now that is being vocal about the law, basically stating that the wording is an issue. They criticize the bill, calling the standard of a character simply, quote unquote, looking like a minor nonsensical. Yeah, so there are people out there trying to do what they can. The organization is working on next steps, but you know, this is Texas.
Mm-hmm. Talk about importing from the domestic borders.
Mm.
God. Anyhow, let's talk about something more positive. How the fact that Sailor Moon has a unconventional record.
Yeah, so I thought this was interesting.
Yeah, I was like, I looked at this, I was like, wait, what? And I clicked on the link, and I was like, well, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, and I had to go find a specific song for this. So take it away.
Yeah, so obviously Sailor Moon is still completely popular. It's, you know, over 30 years old at this point and still setting records, even though they might be a little bit weird. This particular one has to do with your favorite cat, well, my favorite cat, Luna. So in the series, Luna is historically black or purple, and black cats have been harder for shelters and cat charities to rehome because some people think that they are bad luck. However, void cats, as they're affectionately known by many loving owners, make for great pets, even if they do camouflage especially well. Luna's name is French for moon, while Artemis and Diana are names for the Greek and Roman goddess of the moon, respectively. This naming convention ties in with Sailor Moon's use of Greek myth as a core part of its lore and identity, especially as the Titan Selene, who rode the moon chariot across the sky and later fell in love with the shepherd Endymion, is such an important part of the romance between Usagi and Mamoru. Within the series, Luna serves as Usagi's advisor and moral guidepost. She gifts Usagi her first magical brooch, which lets her transform into Sailor Moon. You know, with all of that goes on, there was a survey that was conducted in 2024, but has been recently updated for 2025 to reflect changing trends on cat names. And Luna is the number one cat name for 2024 and 2025.
Oh, that is cool.
That's
Other
awesome.
names within the top 10 include Bella, Leo, Milo, Kitty, Oliver, Oreo, Simba, Max, and Shadow. While it is unknown exactly how many cats in the US may be named Luna, a realistic estimate given data showing that there are approximately 87.2 million million pet cats domestically, and assuming the name is used by 1 to 2%, you were estimated somewhere between 0.9 and 1.7 million cats named Luna.
I will say this much as I like the Japanese voice of Luna, Keiko Han, and I like the English dub voice of Viz's Luna, nothing will beat the Deke Enterprises dub voice of Luna, sounding like an angry, tired, haggardly British compatriot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is the
nothing's going to
British
top that.
nanny.
Say what?
I said Luna is the British nanny.
Yes. Yes, she is.
But yeah, so I think that's cool. I know that when I had my black cat Storm, when I first got her, my mother told me, I do not want you to name her a geek name. I was going to name her Luna. And then I said, okay, well, if I can't do Luna, how about Storm? Because she's black. Not realizing, like my mother not realizing that I named her Storm because of Storm. But yeah, so my Void Kitty, the original name that I was going to do was Luna, but ended up being Storm just to quote unquote get away from the geek names. Oh, mom.
Well, now if you get another black cat, you can name that one Luna Storm.
No, if I were to get another cat and it would be a Void cat, it would probably be something completely different than Luna.
Seems legit. All right. So now we're going to talk about a series we haven't really talked about in a while, Attack on Titan. It seems that there's going to be an anniversary project for the manga. The series launched back in 2009, and the manga spawned a franchise that rose to immense heights during the beginning of the modern anime craze. I wouldn't say 2009 was the beginning. I think we can. I think we can play with the needle 2 years before, 2 years after, somewhere in there. Now, in honor of its titanic legacy, the brand is being celebrated nearly 2 decades later. A new 16th anniversary project has been announced for it, and it specifically looks back at the brand's manga source material. The project will involve several illustrations, with these being based on the manga covers. While they might resemble the recognizable art from one of the best-selling manga of all time, they're actually quite unique, making this project something that fans have to have. The 16th anniversary Attack on Titan project celebrates the manga in a big way, and there are numerous options available to honor the Hajime Isayama franchise. These will be various illustrations based on the manga's publication history, be it covers or images from the Basatu Shonen magazine where it was published. They'll be done as panels that have their own serial number, making each one unique in its own way. The manga had 34 volumes, but there will be 52 panels in total, including a cover from the official art book Fly, giving fans a lot to look forward to. It's all happening just 4 years after the conclusion of the manga and only 2 years after the end of the iconic and longly drawn out anime adaptation. Info is still somewhat scarce on the nature of the project's release, from where these items will be sold to how much they'll go for. With merchandise for the brand slowing down since both of its main incarnations ended, however, fans are certain to lap up Attack on Titan in any way that they can get it. As noted, Attack on Titan anime adaptation, which started in 2013, was one of the first major modern anime hits, and it was released as anime becoming a global juggernaut amid a new generation of fans. The anime lasted for 10 years, with the first 3 seasons produced by Wit Studio and Mappa taking over the 4th and final season. A special release of the final season is coming to Blu-ray courtesy of Crunchyroll. Now, on the aspect of the popularity, give or take, I'm going to tell you a little something. When you're buying merch in Japan, you're going to find new stuff as well as secondhand stuff. I don't want to call it used because when you hear used, it looks used. I have bought figures and keychains that were used, but it just no, but it looked like it was brand spanking new.
Oh,
Like one of the characters from this one series I followed, Lycoris Recoil, their mentor. I found a keychain of his for like 480 yen. I was just looking for stuff. I was like, hell yeah. But when you go into some of these stores, they have sections set up. Like they'll have like this series, that series, random, Bishonen, like that. A lot of the stores I walked into in Japan, it was not hard to find Attack on Titan merch. So I would say it's still popular. So, I mean, if you're looking for figurines, maybe. If you're looking for like keychains and like rubber straps and stuff, oh, you're going to find plenty of them. And if you know how to catch a good deal, you could probably walk out with a bunch dirt cheap. Just saying. And now we'll get into our last story of the night, and then we'll get into Meanwhile in Japan, where Ari will tell us about WebToon's comment policy, and they kind of had to back it up.
Mm-hmm. According to Korean trade media outlet Chosun Economy, Naver WebToon has quietly revised its comment system after a month of criticism over revealing authors' nicknames in past comments, which led to accusation of opinion manipulation. In June, the platform changed its comment display format from ID only to nickname (ID) to encourage more direct communication between readers and authors. However, the change also retroactively applied to comments posted before June, exposing authors' nicknames on older posts. This led to controversy when users discovered that some creators had previously posted comments defending their own work against criticism while appearing to be ordinary readers. That's sock puppeting. Others were found to have downplayed industry issues such as tracing under the guise of neutrality. Screenshots circulated wildly, sparking criticism of the authors. In response, Naver WebToon introduced an option in July allowing authors to decide whether nicknames will be displayed. The company also retracted nickname visibility from comments posted before June. A spokesperson said the company routinely reviews feedback from both creators and readers and determined that maintaining the original display rules for older comments was more appropriate. I'm not on WebToon as much as some people, so I don't really comment on a lot of times, so this doesn't do as much for me.
See, honestly, I don't comment on like that anymore. Like, if I do comment, it's just gonna be on Facebook. I mean, how third parties just have the whole discuss thing. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't go that deep into the fandoms anyway. It's like, if the fandom is a giant pool, you will find me chilling on the side with my feet in the water. If I really
Mm-hmm.
enjoy that fandom, I will probably be chilling halfway in on the kitty side. I know better, for the most part. Or at least I would think that I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now let's get into tonight's Meanwhile in Japan. And god damn, Mako, you found some prime ones.
I tried.
No, I was just sitting here just like just like which ones? It's just they're all so good.
Not bad for tonight, guys, I'm afraid.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, you cover your one story and bounce out.
Yeah, sure. I'll
Yeah, that's
take
it.
the last one.
All right, then that's it. You can get the heck up on out of here because you made it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the.
You do that first, or
Yeah, you can do your story first and get out. Then I'll do the first
Okay.
story because it connected to a friend of mine who actually just did climbed Mount Fuji. So
okay. So the bonsai trees are a nice cultural export to Japan, but so is alcohol creation. And so someone had made a bonsai-inspired gin released on September 1st by the brand Tradman's Bonsai. It's operated by bonsai company Matsubaya Company Limited, a company whose name literally means pine needle. Because pine is one of the most symbolic trees used in the art of bonsai for its year-round strength and highly textured bark that displays deep character. That's also why pine needles were chosen as a representative flavor for Tradman Bonsai's Matsuba Gin. In the same way that the growth of the pine tree is closely watched and harnessed while creating bonsai, craft distillery Sick X in Kyoto slowly and carefully works with the inherent flavors of pine to extract its optimum flavor. The basic ingredient of gin is juniper berries, and another of the most quintessential trees used in bonsai is a juniper tree, for its versatility and ability to grow into twisting shapes. So, any gin is a bonsai-flavored drink, if you will, but the addition of pine gives it a much deeper connection than any other. In addition, the pine needles are said to have several health benefits, such as improving blood flow and raising the body's temperature. They also sell Matsubacha pine needle tea for the same reason, all of the pine's famously relaxing aroma that mixes very well with soda water. It's Matsubacha goes for 3,000 yen a pack, about $20 US, and a 500 and a half-liter bottle of Matsuba gin goes for 11,000 yen. That's about $75. But they're both sold out. Okay, I'm just gonna trust their judgment on this because I don't really think good taste when I think of pine stuff.
that's what I was thinking. Like, I love the smell of it, but the taste is they probably threw the berries in there too to kind of offset the taste, maybe. But the fact that $75 to 11,000 yen, talk about getting your money's worth. Shit, 3 months ago, 10,000 yen was like $70.
Yeah, well, gin is one of the most disgusting flavored alcohols, so maybe
You're not a
pine
fan?
help that. No, not at all.
Gin is very hit or miss with me. How you make it in a drink. There was this one gin drink that a friend of mine told me about, and it was actually really good. I think it had citrus in it. They kind of offset the taste. So
Yeah, the only alcoholic beverage that I drink that has gin in it that I know of are my Long Island iced teas.
I forget Long Island iced teas have gin in it. I forget.
Long Island iced tea has everything in it. So
Very little iced tea, actually, if you can believe it.
Oh, I know. The thing is, if it tastes like iced tea, then it was made correct. That's all I was told.
what was that? You cut out.
Oh, okay. I said, if it tastes like iced tea, then it was made correctly.
Correctly?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm?
I said, yeah, pretty much.
There you go. Then there's Mako-chan's homemade Tokyo tea that'll put you on your ass.
Yeah, I do enjoy Tokyo tea, which basically just changes out the triple sec with Midori.
Mm. All right, Ari.
Iced teas are my alcohol of choice.
All right, I will see you guys next week.
You got it. Take care, bro.
Next week.
You too.
All right. I actually like that. I actually like that. I have to find something like that for our show. I have to. I actually like that. That was cool. So the next time, Mako, you make your Tokyo tea, I'm gonna put on Snoop Dogg's gin and juice for you. Okay, all right. Let's get into our next story. We're gonna talk about the fact that this is being an odd trend in Japan, and I think this is not the first time we have talked about this on the show. No, wait. I'm sorry. I got confused.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I just realized that it is a Tuesday, so my apologies. So we're gonna talk about what happened to this mountain climber. We're climbing a mountain. The one thing that shouldn't happen to you when you climb a mountain is how you say throwing your back out. These days, it seems like everyone and their mother-in-law is climbing Mount Fuji for the majestic experience and chance to say that they've done it. But with the increasingly huge crowds and congregations every summer, it feels more like a Disney trip than reconnecting with nature. So some people are seeking out other mountains to get that same impressive sense of grandeur without all the people around. One good peak that matches Fuji is Mount Subakuro in Nagano Prefecture, which is also rather high, at about 2,700 meters, 8,800 feet above sea level, and offers some great views. Much like Fuji, Subakuro is more of a physically demanding upward hike than climbing up sheer rock faces with ropes. But with those who make it to the top are still filled with a sense of accomplishment that makes the challenge worthwhile. On September 9th, a 58-year-old woman from Fukuoka had such a feeling after reaching Subakuro's peak. After a short stay at a hut on the summit, she prepared to make her descent. However, after conquering a mountain, this climber met her match with her own shoelaces. As she bent over to tie up her shoes, she threw her back out and became too immobile to make the climb back down. A call was made to Azumino police station around 7 a.m., and a rescue chopper arrived on the scene about 2 hours later to take her to a nearby hospital. It's certainly a problem that happens to all of us at a certain age, but it's just really unfortunate luck to have it happen on top of a mountain and requiring a helicopter to take you away. Many readers of the news online seem very sympathetic to her plight, while there are others who have grown tired of people needing costly rescues from mountains. Comments such as, I always thought inactivity makes people throw their backs out, but she was climbing a mountain and it happened. Maybe it's more of a nutrition thing. That kind of thing can happen even when you're young. It's because a lot of people lift heavy things with their arms and backs instead of their legs. I hope they make her pay for it and don't use tax money. Imagine if the helicopter medic threw out their back too. Climbers should have to leave some type of deposit or take out special insurance. I feel bad for her. That's a situation I would most not want to be in. Severe backaches can strike at any moment, but certain factors like high altitudes and lower temperatures can increase the risk of them occurring. Once they take hold, there isn't much to do except walking it out. With that not an option on top of a mountain, having her airlifted out of there would be the most sensible thing to do, as embarrassing as it must have been for her. At least she can now take solace in the fact that it didn't happen on Mount Fuji, where there have been thousands of people gawking and talking about her shoelace tying injury. Valid point. And now we bring up something that we've probably have discussed in a previous article way back when, because it does sound familiar. The floor is
Yeah,
yours, Mako-chan.
we have definitely spoken about this. This happens in Japan way more often than it should. We're talking about somebody in the police force forgetting their gun in the bathroom.
Womp
So,
womp.
shortly before 1 o'clock in the afternoon on June 19th, the 20 something officer, a sergeant with the Shimane Prefecture Police, made a hurried trip to the bathroom, showing the sort of respect for common decency that any of us would want in our civil servants. The woman apparently washed her hands before leaving the bathroom, but unfortunately left her belt behind on the counter. And even more unfortunately, clipped to the belt was her holster, and in it, her gun. Um, yeah, so this isn't the first, this is the second. It has happened quite often. And it is perhaps a testament to Japan's low rate of violence crimes, that an on-duty officer wouldn't be immediately aware that they're not carrying their gun. That said, a pistol on a bathroom counter is definitely going to stand out, and one of the next women to use the bathroom spotted the unattended firearm less than 5 minutes after the policewoman had used the bathroom. She reported the situation to the police, which didn't require her to go very far out of her way since the bathroom in question was inside a police station.
That's a joke, right? So that's a joke waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So one could argue that if you're going to forget your gun in a bathroom, it's better to forget it in a police station bathroom than, say, a convenience store, which has happened, or a train station bathroom, which has happened. But since the gun was found by a civilian employee, the restroom doesn't seem to be in an extra high security part of the facility. The policewoman said when questioned, "I wanted to go to the bathroom, so I was flustered." On September 4th, she was issued a formal reprimand for her conduct. Meanwhile, the prefectural police says it is dispatching officers to police facilities to provide operational guidance to prevent such incidents from occurring, though it's unclear if this will include posting all employees must wash hands and take their guns with them before returning to work signs. Not for nothing, but this woman left her entire belt. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't often wear a belt. But there are loops on pants that the belt sits in. Am I correct?
Yeah, here's the thing. It's a secondary belt that you wear on top of your uniform that has the holster connected to. It's where you have like your walkie-talkie and all of that.
Still, though,
Yeah.
to have a belt like that's that easily taken off seems odd. At that point, it seems like you should probably have a vest with, maybe a shoulder holster or, something of that nature. If you're going to forget your entire fucking belt in the bathroom.
You know, there's only one sound effect I can think of that describes this whole situation. Specifically, the fact that it was in a bathroom in a police precinct.
Yeah.
I'm here all night.
I heard nothing, so.
You didn't hear that?
Nope.
Oh, that's odd. It was the Price is Right losing horn, so. Yeah. So, I think it's about that time.
I agree.
Yeah. There we go. Didn't mean to blow anyone's ears out, so. Anywho, If you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find not just our weekly podcast, you will find anime reviews, editorials, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay interviews. You will find links to our YouTube and Facebook pages of cosplay and convention coverage. All that and more at animejamsession.com. Don't forget to check out our podcast while you're at it too. You can find our podcast anywhere where podcasts are available, but if you need like a poke in a general direction, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And what's cool is some of these apps have the ability to allow you to leave a review, so leave a review. We want to know what you think. We really appreciate that if you can't drop an email. Social media. You can find us as Anime Jam Session on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Blue Sky. And to all of our fans that follow us on the socials, thank you so much. We could not do this show without you. Y'all are some wonderful people. And don't forget to donate to our tip jar. If you are watching live with us, down below is our direct links to our Stream Elements, Streamlabs, and our Ko-Fi if you want to throw us a few dollars. We really appreciate that. If you want, you can cheer us on with some bits. You can also sub to the channel and give out gift subs. Every little bit helps us to keep the show going. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am very tired, so I'm hopefully going to fall right to bed.
My last words is, sleep definitely does sound good. I'm going to edit the show, watch some J-drama, do this sleep test, and pack this thing up and send it on its merry little way. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. We're hoping that you'll be here with us. So it's it, and that's that. So let's get out of it here. I'm Ranma.
And I am Mako-chan.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. Awesome. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!